Hi guys, so today I have some selections from LDRS Creative's new All Occasions collection release to share with you guys. So they brought out some really fun new things to go along with the postage collage, if you guys recall what that might look like. We'll talk about it in just a minute. And then the puzzle collection, also they have some add-ons for that. So the faux wax seals, the ones that are like stamps with little dies, all those kinds of fun things. And they're definitely for like an everyday feel, but they also have a very Valentine-y add-ons too. So these are the items that I have received. They did send these items free of charge from my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So thank you for using those if you would like to. I do know with the collection, they do have some bundles of some of the items. So like if it, makes sense to have a bundle of like the stencil and a die, or like a plate and die, something like that. They do have bundles also. And this is on LDRS Creative site. So again, I'll have the link there for you guys. It's not HSN for this release. And I'll start with these guys because these kind of go together. Let's go this way. We'll talk more about those. So we have this vintage typewriter. This is a press and foil plate. So it goes in your glimmer. It can go in your better press type of letterpress, right? And I love vintage typewriters. The vintage typewriter, it has the beautiful typewriter. It has the words miss you, thank you, love you, just a note, and then like a little coffee mug, well, maybe on a little stack of papers. So you can see there. So some inspo, just some ideas of how you might want to put that together. I will give you a quick measurement. I think I'm going to use this one today because I do love my better press. It makes a very quick, beautiful card. So this is almost 3.5 inches tall and just under 3 inches wide at the very base. Okay, so that gives you an idea of the sizing. There is a die set. Again, they can be purchased separately, but I believe they have a bundle of this one. So you can cut out the typewriter there, and then some of the sentiments and the little mug, right? Your coffee with the papers there. And some of these sentiments are the same size. That's why there's like one for that, And then this guy is for this one, and this one is for this one. Okay, if you want to cut those out. This gorgeous thing right here is the heart mix plate. This is a big plate. It has to be like 5 by 7, if not more. Yeah, so it's 5 1/4 by almost 7 1/2. I would say 7 3/8. Gorgeous. I love all the little hearts in the background. So in my mind, I'm already thinking of background. Put our little typewriter on there. It's going to be really, really cute. And then some ideas here on how you might want to use those. And again, you can foil this, and you can, well, you don't want to foil the plate, but foil your paper with it and do the letter pressing. So, the other items I have to share with you are of these. If you recall, LDRS Creative has brought out a set that they had put on HSN. That was the stencil, the layering stencils, the stamps that coordinate. These are photopolymer stamps, of course, and then the die set that you can use with them. And so I have this from the HSN release. This is the postage collage. I believe they came out with a different one with this release. So if you have this one, you can use it. You can use the new one. However you want to mix and match them, they all coordinate. Okay, so this is the postage collage one. This is the one I'll be using. But again, this was released on HSN, but they do also have it there on LDRS Creative, I believe. And this guy does the edge. Now that I say that they have this on LDRS Creative, I don't know if that's the case. Sorry, guys. I just looked at the collection. I was trying to make sure, and I remember seeing this, but the new one, I think it has a separate background and then like a topper piece, So it's a little bit different. But we have this guy, and this coordinates. So if you have this, you have your add-ons. Maybe you just want to pick those guys up, just to make that collection extend even more. So this one's called Hugs and Kisses, and that's why I showed it with this guy, because it is made to coordinate with the sentiments on this stamp set. We have all the little kissies. You have like love is in the air, sending love, bear hug, airmail, express delivery, express delivery with like cancel, hugs and kisses, special delivery. All these cute, look at the bear hugs by mail with the cute little bear on there. Some ideas of how you might want to use this with the stencil. So the stencil on this one, I'll do a whole review tutorial of this, but you have 3 layers, 3 stencils there. And as you can see, you have like the heart and key. You have a cute little like hot air balloon with the heart, the little kisses. Oh, this little sweet, like Scandinavian, Swedish kind of design. And then the little bear that's holding like a heart, and then the little bouquet of flowers or plant, I guess. It looks like a plant because it has a pot there. And you can see that, and then how you can mix and match with some of these guys, and just do a little cancellation because it looks like a postcard, right? So Very sweet. And then there's more of an everyday feel on this one. So it's called Here Comes the Sun postage collage set. So this one is, again, the photopolymer stamp set. You know, handle with care, sending you good vibes mail, rain or shine. Cute little rainbow you can layer up, postmarked with happiness, hello sunshine, sending you sunshine and rainbows, you're my sunshine. Just really cute. So again, just different ways to use that with this set here. And then this is the Here Comes the Sun postage collage set. And you can see, again, 3 stencils that would layer to make all these cute things. Oh, I love that the umbrella has like different texture in there. Very cute. So you have your sun with the rays there. You have like the clouds. You have your rainbow. You have little splish splashy boots here, which is very cute. Looks like a little floral kind of scene. And then the umbrella. And again, you pair that up with, you know, your postage collage die set. Okay, so what I'm going to do is follow up with these videos, but today we'll work with these guys. And so let me grab some paper and some inks, and I will be right back. Okay, guys, I have my better press here. I'm just going to make a card base, and I'm going to make it so that it opens like standing up, I guess, portrait. So 4 1/4 and an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. And then I'm just going to score that at 5.5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to take this to my scoring tool at 5.5 inches here. And then I'm just going to cut this down to 5.5 inches so I have it ready for my better pressing. So to get started, I think I'll work with this one. I did cut down a piece of red cardstock at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I'm going to do some matte layering. Of course, you can use your beautiful dies. I was going to bring out my scalloped rectangle dies from LDRS Creative, but I believe they might still be sold out. I didn't want to tease you guys with that because it's a really nice set. But so I'm just cutting this down, but of course it'll look more spectacular with some fun shapes, right? Some nice dies. But 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. This is 4 1/4 by 5.5, but I'll trim it down, or, you know, again, die cut it down, you know, whatever it is you want to do. When we get there, and then I just grab some colors. These are hybrid inks. They work well with the plates, you know, your archival inks, whatever it is. I will say, like water-based, like dye inks, want to repel a little bit, but it might give you a different look that you're looking for. I don't know. Just better to have something that's a little more pigmented and that'll really stick. Now this is a big guy, so I don't have to ink up the whole thing, but I don't really know, you know, as I'm looking at it, where to stop inking for the 4 1/4 by 5.5. So I'm gonna really ink it up, and that's fine. And I'm just using Pink Tutu and Lipstick Jungle. And then, of course, when I put them away, I don't know which one came from which pack. That's why I said don't trust my LDRS Creative little packs, because I think I have them all mixed up at this point. But they do have little, you know, guys like this in quads. And so you have a nice collection of like pastels or dark colors or whatever it might be. They have all kinds of different assortments. Now, I am going to cut off the edges, so I don't really care if I use this, but this is really gross. It's old. I need to get some new stuff on there. And I'm telling you guys, I get all kinds of cuts. I don't know how I got that little cut on my hand right now. I just noticed it right now, literally. So, like I said, I'm going to trim this down, so I don't mind if I'm touching this. If you want the whole thing and you don't want, obviously, something obstructing it, what I do is I double side or use a little double side or repositionable adhesive and stick it to the back side of your card or onto this surface and stick it down so that you can imagine that it would be embedded in between the 2 layers, and that way nothing's impeding this. But I'm just going to go for it with, you know, some pink and really, really get that on there, guys, because obviously we want this to do what we need to do. I will say this also has a fabric, not really felt, but a fabric pad. So if you notice that you leave any of those little bits behind, you definitely wanted to pick them off before you do your letter pressing, because they will show up. And I start with the lighter color. I don't know if you noticed, going into the darker color. That way my pink ink pad wouldn't really get a lot of red on it. And I want to see if I'm pretty good. Nope. This whole top corner right here needs a little something. And, okay. Let's see if that's pretty good. And like I said, this stuff doesn't dry that fast, but I always give it a little like before I run it through, just to make sure that everything's okay. I think we're gonna be okay. So just to reactivate that ink, I'm gonna run this through my Platinum 6. Oh my goodness, how pretty. Again, I probably could have got it a little closer to the edge, but look at that. So cool. So, okay, let me clean this up and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this down to 4 by 5 1/4 because I already have my other matte layer, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm just going to glue that right down and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so we're going to do our vintage typewriter. I have an idea to line this up within this, but again, you can also just die cut your items. I'm going to try something and hopefully it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's all right. I'm basically going to make it my own template using a little bit of acetate, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So we're going to have this guy. And I'm going to use white paper again. I mean, that'd be really lovely foiled. Can you imagine that? Like on black paper or something? That'd be really gorgeous. But okay, I'm just going to put that there. But actually, I need to do something else before I get there. Now, we can just use some packaging or something cheap. You don't have to use actual acetate for this. But I have some here, and I'm just going to take a piece. This will make sense in just a moment, I think. If it works for us. Okay, so I'm going to place this behind here. And I used a very thin acetate, or again, just plastic packaging from like whatever it is you might have. So I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to tape that down a little bit because I don't want it to move at all, just in case for some reason it moves. Tape there, tape there. I'm going to place this guy right here. Okay, and I'm not worried about it right now. But what I want to do is outline it with like a Sharpie. So I'll be right back. I'm going to use this over and over. Obviously, we can use our Sharpie. If you want to reuse the acetate, you can use like Expo Dry Erase. I just want to have a good idea of where this is going to be. So I'm just writing on there. It doesn't have to be the whole thing, just to have a better idea of where your placement was. So you're essentially making your own registration template, okay? So that makes sense. That's about there, and that's the top part. Okay. Now let's ink this up. And the other day I had used VersaFine, and I like the way it came out, so I'm going to do that. So again, we don't want this guy to move, but if it does, I will just put it right back in the place where it was. Okay. Looks like everything is inked up. Oh, I didn't put this on here. Hello. Girl. Can't believe I wasn't ready with that. It's okay. Again, in my opinion, VersaFine takes forever to dry, so I'm not worried about that at all. Okay, I'm going to run this through and I'll be right back. Okay. It is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at that. Okay. I'll put this aside for a second. We're going to treat this very gingerly. So I'm going to remove this guy. Again, I stuck this down, so that's good. We're going to take this guy away. And I have my little area there. Basically showing me where I might want to put what I want. And yeah, that top piece is kind of curved. And so yeah, I just made my own little registration. And I suppose if you want to keep this forever, what you can do is also outline that with the Sharpie, and then you'll know like, oh, that's a good spot to put that there. I don't know. I'm just going to line it up right here. That looks pretty good to me. And I'm going to use the red ink. You guys, that was a good idea. Again, I didn't trace the whole thing, just enough so I know kind of where I'm at. I did put a lot of ink here. I know the Better Press does a very good job of not getting extra ink all over everything, but you never know. So I just cleaned that up a little bit because that was quite a bit extra. I'm going to run this through and see how we did. Yay! And I'm going to cut this so I don't care that I have a little messiness around the edges, but look at that. Perfect. Okay, let me clean up and I'll be right back. So I'm going to take my die here. Let's see. Okay, I love that there's all kinds of little openings so you can see pretty much where you're going to cut. So if you don't feel confident with that, you can always make a little aperture. But honestly, I mean, this is done so well. I can see exactly where I'm cutting. That's awesome. And I always put my tape towards the outside. I don't want to pull up or mar anything in here, so I always just kind of put it towards the outer pieces, especially if you're foiling, but you know, just in general, I always just kind of put that way. Okay, I'm gonna run that through and I'll be right back. Okay, let's see this guy. That is so awesome. It's like right on the edges. Let me clean up and we'll get our card put together. Hey guys, let's put our card together. You know what I did? I went ahead and ran just the die through some red paper. And I thought that would just kind of help offset this a little bit and differentiate it from the background. So I'm just going to glue that together in the way you just saw. So over to the right and a little bit, the red piece a little bit over to the right and then kind of down lower. And let's just stick that together. Something like that. Actually, I'm just going to shift over to the right. I don't really care about the up and down of it. So there we go. And I'm going to get some dimensionals on the back of this guy, okay? Some lower profile dimensionals. So I just cut up a ton of little thin, low profile dimensional adhesive. And I'm just going to pop this on here. You want to put another die cut, you know, whatever it is that you like. And I mean, this can also go this way. But I would have centered it a different way, right, when I put it on the plate. That plate is really big, so I mean, you can do a landscape design for an A2 size for sure. I think we'll put this little guy right here. Before I push that down, I'll see how centered that is. I love it. Now I'm going to add the little rhinestones. Why not? This is really cute, but I think I'm going to add a little something more here. Look at that. So crisp. I love it. So I'm just going to add a few that are kind of a couple of middle-sized, kind of larger ones, and a couple of little guys. I'm loving the red and pink. Like I said, I wouldn't wear red and pink. I don't think they go together, but they're so cute on cards. I love mixing those colors. But there you go. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks so much, LDRS Creative, for sending these items for review. Super sweet. I will follow up with postage collage tutorials, and I'll have links in the description box for you guys. Images coming up, and I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.